What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Otaku Kickback Sessions. Whew, sorry about that. Got a little bit of a spit stuck in the throat. But yeah, welcome back to the Otaku Kickback Sessions. I am your host, Easy the Shinobi. Happy Monday afternoon. Hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. I know this is the last weekend of July, so we're heading towards the end of the summer. And if you guys, or if any of you guys or girls were that are currently listening to this, we're at San Diego Comic Con this past weekend. Hope you have a fantastic time. Seemed like it was a hell of an event. And it looked like it was an amazing con. Um, I'm totally jealous of it. I haven't been to a con so far this year, so lucky you. Hope you have some fun for my sake. But in any case, let's get the show on the road. We do have some anime news that was recently announced this weekend to start us off. Konosuba Season 4 was confirmed for a 2027 release date. Season 4 the animation for Season 4 will be moving from Studio Drive to Studio NG. There hasn't been any exact date in 2027 yet as to when Konosuba will come back. But once we get it, you can hear it first here at the Otaku Kickback Sessions. Let's see. Moving on from there, we did get our first look at Mobile Suit, the new anime series for Gundam, Mobile Suit Gundam RG X. I'm sorry, I'm gonna butcher this. Zark's Zero that was announced for a 2027 release with a first teaser trailer and visual reveal. The visual reveal actually looks pretty cool. It's um, I thought it was. I thought it looked pretty neat because it's essentially it's kind of looks like a lone or a rogue Gundam staring off into space, staring off into the moon. He has the mecha has a kind of like a cloak to it, like a tighter cloak to it as well. And the teaser trailer is out. It does look pretty epic. No exact date as of this one as well. All of that is going to come out in 2027. So hoping to get some more information on that as the year goes on. But yeah, this seems like it's going to be a pretty big year. First new video game is going to come out, and now this new anime series. So if you're a fan of Gundam, seems like it's going to be a good year for you guys. Next up, we got some Dragon Ball Sparking Zero news. The DLC, Super Limit Breaking Neo DLC, is confirmed for a July 30th release. So it's going to come out later this week. It is supposed to have, on top of new characters, not only from the OG Dragon Ball series, that's Young Chi Chi, Tournament Goku, or End of Series Goku, along with General Tao, and and it seems like Piccolo Junior, at least, or current Piccolo when he was first introduced, and as well as some new maps. So it looks like it's going to be pretty good. I believe one of the added updates as part of the DLC was training the different characters with new techniques from scratch. So it seems like it's going to be pretty fun to use. So in case you guys were looking forward to it, I know I was looking forward to it when it first got announced. So yeah, it's gonna come out later this week. So just in time for the weekend. Let's see. We do have some more live action news stemming from the last episode. We have an announcement for Summertime Rendering. It is also confirmed for a 2027 premiere for the live action movie. I believe this was the second major announcement for the live action Summertime Rendering movie after a few years from their 2021 initial announcement for the movie. There hasn't been any confirmation whether it's going to be a Netflix release or in theaters, but I believe it will be in theaters. Um, but yeah, once we get more info, we will go ahead and let you know. We have some manga news coming up. I want to make the losing heroine win. The manga will end serialization and publication with its current publisher, Akita Shoten, coming soon. The manga is going to resume in January of next year under new publisher number 9. So it's going to be on a couple months hiatus, and it will be back January 2027. And speaking of manga partnerships, Marvel will be partnering up with Kadokawa to release a new Marvel manga under the publication. I believe it was announced during San Diego Comic Con this weekend, and we got some early looks at the character designs for Spider Man, Daredevil, Spider Gwen, and Punisher. Um, Out of all these, I'm really digging the Punisher design. It kind of looks like kind of like a bit of a Ronin type of Punisher with the long black coat and the katana at his side, and it looks super badass. In case you guys haven't seen the early look designs for the new manga, I highly suggest you go seek them out. The Daredevil one looks pretty cool too. Um, as well. So I'm looking forward to see what this manga entails, and if there's any more information out there as well. I believe so far it's just designs. There hasn't been more information as regarding like story or what it's going to be based upon. But yeah, I hope it's going to be something great. And finally, any Kagurabachi fans out there that were keeping up with the manga, that were waiting for it to come back, it has officially resumed serialization as of today after a short hiatus. If you were reading the English copy of Kagurabachi, believe you only have to wait a few days for it to be uploaded, translated. But yeah, Kagurabachi, the manga is back after a successful summer premiere at Anime Expo. Where so far I heard great reviews about the premiere of episode one that was supposed to take place April next year. Let's see. Oh, and we got some more news on the Sekiro anime. Sekiro No Defeat anime is scheduled to premiere on September 4th later this year. Uh, I haven't found any information yet as to if it's going to be a movie or if it's going to come out in streaming services. But I believe it's supposed to be a movie. Uh, could get more clarification on that later. But yeah, as of right now, September 4th is the day that we're going to get the Sekiro anime adaptation out. So be on the lookout for that. And following up from the last episode, I did promise a 3 episode review of Demons of the Shadow Realm. So let's jump right into it. Um, and I know I've shelved this at least until basically the season's done. But if I were to recommend this based on the first 3 episodes, it's well worth it. And in case you guys haven't checked it out, I know there's been a lot of praise for it over social media during the summer so far. Yeah, yeah, it's very well warranted. In case you guys were interested in checking it out, it does start pretty intense with the action on episode one. So basically, for those that don't know, it follows these two twins, Asa and Yoru, who were born in this village up in the mountains. And they were essentially known as the twins. They were known as the twins of the sun and the moon. And basically, for the first episode, we at least see that basically that there's a bit of mystery behind them. On top of them having this kind of, I guess, this mystery birth um, as well. In the first episode, we mainly follow Yoru, who's the male out of both of them. Um, Basically, he's still living in the village, and he's essentially kind of like a young adult, grown up now, and basically follow him on episode one. When he's coming back from a hunting trip out in the forest that's nearby the village, and it seems like daily life there in the village is kind of like um, I gotta put this. It's kind of like, well, traditional hunting village, where you have your elders and you have your house is set up up in the ridge, and you have your outsiders. You have an outside merchant that comes into the village to basically bring in goods from what they call the land below, which is outside of this magical barrier that the village is hidden inside. So only a select few outsiders could actually go in. And then basically as the first episode goes on, it seems like it just goes as it seems like life is going just as normal for Yoru, coming back from a hunting trip with his friend, um, and all that, up until basically he sees him and the villagers see these helicopters go by, but they're confused as to what they are because seeing as how they're like in a remote forest and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, that's when the village starts to come under attack by these militia folks, um, that essentially try to see that are seeking out Yoru, and he's confused about it. Mainly because he has no idea what these people want from him, um, and he's obviously going to the village elder, which I'm blanking out her name. I'm sorry. It's been a minute since I watched the first three episodes. Um, and in his mind, he's protecting, or to him, he believes that they might be going after his sister Asa, who's essentially staying in one of the main houses of the that's in the village. And up until that, or up until then, um, he's basically trying to help defend the people, the different residents, or the different villagers and stuff. And he's trying to guard his sister as well. Up until this mysterious eye patch woman shows up, and she claims herself to be the real Asa, not the girl that's being held captive, which is the major mystery so far heading into the first few episodes of the season, um, and all that. And it isn't until basically, um, yeah, and it isn't until where the village elder helps or instructs Yoru to essentially run out of the village for safety to go to the land below, and so that way he avoids capture and all that. Um, and with the help of one of the outsider merchants that typically that Yora's friendly with. I believe his name is Tadera, and so they managed to and so they at least managed to get to the gates of the village, and that's where basically the demon part of this shows up, because thanks to, I believe, an amulet or a coin that the village elder lady gives Yoru, he's able to summon these two deities that were praised, or that were acknowledged by the villagers to be essentially the guardians of for the village, um, known as the left gate and the right gate guardians, or for shorter terms, it's left and right. And basically, they act like such a protective spirits to the human that summons them. In this case, or to the human that they are connected to. In this case, they are connected to Yoru. Um, and so, basically, what demons are in this world is essentially, can I put this? Think about it like Stans from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, where only specific few people can actually see these spirits, that are connected to only specific people in the world, and basically they could only, at least according to them, I believe it's at least according to the right, they they only follow the orders of their master, of the human that essentially summons them. And so from there we get some pretty good action scenes on episode one, especially one that's my favorite is the Tadera scene where he's fighting off the militia that invaded the village. It's pretty good. It's pretty solid so far, especially when you're introduced to the other demon user. I believe her name is Gabby, and where she takes out chunk of villagers with by just saying gobble gobble gobble. I'm not bullshitting you on this one. That's how. That's how she takes out the villagers. No, but you see that basically the demon that she's controlling is this kind of like giant. It's this giant kind of like circular sphere entity that has teeth on it. Think of it as a basic, more sinister looking. Um, I'm blanking. I don't know why I'm blanking out on the name of this one, but of a more sinister looking Chomp Pet from Super Mario. Um, but yeah, that's essentially episode one, and then in episode two we see essentially Yoru making his escape and trying to escape from basically the militia that's trying to capture him and stuff, and as well as the lady that's claiming to be his real sister Asa, um, as well. And he finally makes it to the line below, and what it's revealed is that the line below is actually modern day Japan. It's actually our current time, our current civilization. And so for the next two episodes, it's pretty much him getting caught up with this with what's happening. Tadera gives him more clarification on what the demons are and essentially the different entities that are haunting, or not haunting, but that are roaming around the country as well. And basically him and Tadera and getting Euro adjusted to the life outside of the village, in this more basically modern civilization and stuff. But yeah, overall, is I do highly recommend this show so far. And basically, because the more you go on, the more it explains the mystery between the demons and the different spirits of the world that are currently going through Japan, and as well as the mystery of basically this eye patch woman that claims to be Asa, and whether or not it's all a ruse or whether or not if it's the actual Asa, because she's claiming that there's something up with the village, and that basically that the elderly lady that leads the village isn't who she seems to be. Um, but yeah, no, it is a pretty good anime. And I can see why it was highly praised as well. So, if you want to check it out for 3 episodes, highly recommend it. It does really capture you with the action on the first one, as well as essentially the world building on the second and third episodes as well. So yeah, I'd, give a good recommendation, and I believe it's up to 10, 11 so episodes as of now. It could be more, but yeah, while we're checking it out. And we do have a manga review. I know it's been a minute since I've done a manga review for this podcast, but this one captured my eye. It was based off a YouTube short that was on my YouTube feed last week. Decided to check it out. It is called Gunslinger Replace. Um, it is a quick, just a heads up, it is a quick manga. There's only 5 chapters that have been found translated so far in English. I did read on a forum that it potentially has up to 23 chapters as of now in Japan. But basically, what the manga is, it's a isekai manga that follows Tani Mariko, a corporate worker that's mistreated by her direct superior, and one day she ends up being harassed by one of her company's clients. And after storming out, after that, after that incident, she ends up getting transported to her favorite game. And now a bit more context as to basically what the game is. So what the game is a VR MMORPG game called God Cops or Badasses, aka GOB. Think of it as kind of like GTA 5, like Grand Theft Auto 5, where it's set in Los Angeles, but it's more GTA 5 online because Tani plays it. That's what she typically plays on her free time and as well as on her holidays. Um, where she plays the GOB and is actually the top ranked gunslinger in that game because apparently in the game you could choose to be play as a cop or play as a criminal, and essentially you get like missions or stories to try to stop the criminals or to essentially heist banks and get rewards and get more unlockables for the game. And Tanya in this one, she plays as a character called Danielle, aka Danny the Hound. And this is a widely popular game. She is fairly well known, or her character is fairly well known in the game as the top rank, essentially gunslinger or criminal in this in in GOB. Um, but yeah, after basically after an incident visiting one of her company's clients where they harass her. She's driving back with the full intention of quitting her company because at this point, it's she's finally had enough of it. Up until Truck Coon shows up and T-bones her car, and she wakes up and she wakes up in the penthouse that she has in the game as Danielle. Where she basically she only has about a few minutes or so to realize that she's in a different world, that she's no longer she's not in her connected to her VR set for it up until a bounty up until a bounty is placed on her, and different NPC different NPC groups try to go and invade and storm her somewhere penthouse to try to essentially take her down. Um, and yeah, it is a really good action isekai. At least that's said here. That's said more in the modern time in Los Angeles. Um, and it is a shame that it's only 5 chapters because I was reading it and it left off on like such a cliffhanger. I won't delve too much into it because I do encourage you guys to check it out at least for an afternoon since it is 5 chapters. Um, but yeah, I do wish that more translated chapters were found, or they were at least translated up to where the manga currently is at, because I believe, or it seems like it's still ongoing. And and basically Tanny or Danny the Hound is such a good character because on top of her like enjoying because she's one of the she's one of the characters, one of those type of isekai characters that that as soon as she saw that she was in her that she got transported to her favorite game, she is having the time of her life with it. Um, she's happy that she's in a place where she's happy that she got transported to what's in a I guess in a basic sense her comfort game. I know the irony of a of a chaotic game being a comfort game, but it is not really nice to see. And the one quick tidbit that made me laugh whenever she takes out a couple of these NPC guards that try to essentially gun her down in her at her penthouse. She keeps reciting action lines because she's a huge action movie fanatic. Because her father was a huge action movie fanatic as well. And then and then when she spouts out some of these one liners, she gets all like fangirly and giddy and stuff. So it's it is pretty funny to see. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, I do wish that, and let me know in the comments if this manga gets if there's another source where the manga is translated up to the current chapters because I would like to keep reading it. But so far, I've only found 5 chapters translated in English, and it's all well worth it. The action scenes or the action sequences are pretty cool. And as well as the basically how the first chapter starts off because it essentially takes place in a diner and you see this couple that are that are kind of recreating I guess there's some Romeo and Juliet style lines before they try to hold up a diner, and basically Danny takes them out. But yeah, it's highly entertaining. It's highly exciting. Um, Again, the manga is called Gunslinger Replace. I do recommend it, even if it's just for like a quick read in this instance. And hopefully we get more chapters translated. So yeah. But yeah, I think that's about time to wrap it up. We do have some more stuff coming in for the summertime that I'll keep under wraps. But if you want to follow us to get more information, to get more news on the podcast and on the YouTube channel, feel free to follow us on Instagram at Otaku_kickbacks, and as well as on Blue Sky at Otaku Kickback Sessions. Um, we are currently going through the summer, so it's always a good time to get out to get some sun, and to basically just enjoy life and enjoy being outdoors as well. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much about it. As the final words, you guys stay safe, stay blessed. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening, and as always, giving us a shot. I really truly appreciate it, and there's nothing much to say except go check out, if you have some manga that you want to check out, check it out. If you have some animes that you want to watch, go watch. If you have some games in your backlog that you want to get through those games, and yeah, just enjoy your life, enjoy yourself. We only get one go around at this, so let's make it worth it. Let's make it worth it. For Easy the Shinobi, this is the Otaku Kickback Sessions, and see you on the next one.